Right here with head coach of the Jacksonville Indians, Mr. Montey Stevenson, obviously moving down from 5A D2 to 4A D1, moving into the proverbial district of doom, as we love to call it here. So, Coach, how's your morning been so far?
So far, it's been good. We got our schedule already lined out, so 9 districts already set up, and got a chance to look at that district of doom that everybody's talking about, and we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, Coach, and whenever the enrollment numbers had come out initially for UIL, it was kind of expected that you guys were going to move down into 4A D1. Just what was your reaction to that, and then especially today with everything being sort of set in stone with your district schedule?
It's funny you brought that up. So as soon as I saw the numbers, I got on the board and put together my own district. And I was right, so I'm shocked at myself. I'm like, I got every school right. But we're looking forward to it. We knew it was going to be a tough, competitive district, but as a coach and coaching these kids, it's what you want. Because if you can get out of this district, if you look at the region, there's some opportunities there. So that's going to be the selling point to our kids. It is a competitive district. We're just as talented, and we're looking forward to what's ahead of us. Yeah,
and you said that your district, schedule is all fully made out non-district. Who are you all set to play for these next couple of years?
So week 1, put me on the spot there. Week 1 is Canton. Week 2 is Dallas Pinkston. Week 3 is Bryan Rudder, and then we hit district open up with Pine Tree at home.
Okay, so obviously talk about the process and getting those teams to be able to set up the schedule this early, because I know a lot of these teams, a lot of coaches I've been talking to have still working out the kinks in non-districts. So talk about being able to set up the schedule.
I took some advice from my old AD, Casey Walraven. Like, hey, you might want to get started as soon as you got an idea. Are you going down to Class 4A? So this was been weeks ago before it got to this point. Calling the coaches around Texas, seeing what their availability is, if they had open weeks, and if they did, if it worked out, then let's do it. So for me, it was easy because I started before this even happened.
Yeah, and then, whenever you were, like you said, starting before any of this had been, finalized, talk about what you were looking for in some of these teams, just, scheduling non-district-wise to get you guys prepared for a really tough district.
Sure, you want to have some teams that you're going to have to compete with because you're about to go into that district of doom. So I looked at our schedule, what teams do we need to play that's going to help us compete in this district. So we opened up with Ken. I believe they were 9-2, I think. So it's going to be a solid game. That's week 1. So, we're going to get tested early and looking forward to it.
Yeah, Coach, well, that's all I've got for you. Coach Montey Stevenson with the Jacksonville Indians, District of Doom, down to 4A D1. So I appreciate it, Coach. Thanks for taking the time.
Go Indians.
Absolutely.